more tunnels, no more fear. Trump Gaza is finally here. Trump Gaza shining bright, golden future, a brand new light. Feast and dance, the deal is done. Trump Gaza number one. Trump Gaza shining bright, golden future, a brand new light. Feast and dance, the deal is done. Trump Gaza number one.
Yeah, I got nothing. Uh, I hope this is like a massive troll video. That's the only thing that I could possibly think of. I mean, we had trans belly dancers, golden statues of Trump, like some sort of dictator or something like that, gold images of him everywhere. Yeah, this has to be a troll. Like, my hope is that this was made to provoke some kind of wild response in the Middle East for them to like take care of their own stuff. I don't really know how you could justify this. I think it should be taken down. I think it's totally unprofessional and weird, and there's some inappropriate stuff in it too. Not a good look. And you can look at the comments. People are like, "What the heck is going on here?" So I guess we'll find out. But that's not what I voted for. Yeah, this is just it's pretty bizarre, especially because it came from the president's official Instagram account. Um, you know, I do believe that it's some type of troll. Again, look at the Canada situation. Clearly, Canada was not going to become the 51st state. At least I don't believe that that was actually the intent. However, when you begin to troll, I even want to say Governor Trudeau because it's like in my head, but Prime Minister, whatever, he's barely worthy of being called that after how he's handled his country. But when you begin to call Trudeau the governor and you keep referring to him as governor and you keep talking about the 51st state, when you troll that hard, it's going to cause people to crap or get off the pot, basically, is the old phrase. It's going to cause Trudeau to either fold, someone else step up, because Canadians, they've got to have pride in their country. And there's someone who's going to step up and go, look, I love America, but we're not going to become the 51st state. We are Canada, and I can lead this country better than Trudeau. Or in some crazy alternate universe, Trudeau would like snap into, some form of reality and be a decent leader. But I don't see that happening at all. He's selfish, just like Newsom, just like Inslee was, and many others. But the point is, when you troll at that level, it causes people, it provokes them, and it triggers them in a way even, and it is a backhanded kind of, when you downgrade someone who is the president of their country basically to governor and say, you can serve under me, it's a flex. And I'm not saying I hate it. I'm just saying it's a tactic. And that was one thing. But when you move into the Gaza thing, people are dying over there. People are living in very harsh conditions. There's a war going on. There's hostages, that have been murdered. Hostages have been released. There's terrorist organizations. There's poverty. Like, there's a lot of things going on. And so when you troll to that level, beyond just saying, oh, we're going to purchase Gaza and we're going to do it up nice, when you push this AI video out, it reminds me of when I was a cop. We would do this thing called a ruse, where you could lie to people if it was to serve a greater purpose. And so it's not like lying like, a lack of integrity in that I lie to someone I stopped for speeding and they were going, 5 over and I say you were going 6. Like, that's untrue. A ruse is to be used, say that I want to arrest someone for a child sex crime, and I don't have permission to go into his home without a warrant. And so what I can try to do is ruse him out. And so I could stand outside of his door, and I've done this. I was very good at rusing people. It was fun. It's a craft. You got to work on it. But I would stand outside the door and I would say, hey, is your car such and such out here? Okay, well, somebody just hit it, and I need you to come outside and, we'll do a quick report up, and then I'll have you on your way. And they'd go, oh my gosh, my car. And they'd come outside, and I'd say, actually, you're under arrest, for child sex crimes. And I don't think there's one person in the nation, well, I'm sure there's some, but I don't think many people would have a problem with that, because you're saying, I want that guy off the streets. That guy's a predator. But we had a rule. You can't shock the conscience. So I couldn't just come out and say, hey, are you such and such? Yeah, that's me. Okay, you've got a 7-year-old daughter, right? She's at school right now. Yeah. Okay, well, she's dead, and you need to come identify the body. You can't do stuff like that. It's not necessarily illegal, but it would have violated our department policy, which could have got me in trouble. And I'm sure that somewhere along the way, it could have ended up in some type of civil lawsuit, and some case law would have come down because of that. So the point I'm making in all of this is, like, whenever I used a ruse, it was in order to get a really bad guy or girl to come out, and I would tell them like some type of a lie, or I would straight up say, hey, I know that you've got a couple of warrants. I'm not going to arrest you. I'm just going to give you a court date. I need you to sign this paper, okay? So they say, you're not going to arrest me? No, I promise. I'm not going to arrest you. And then they'd come out, hey, you're under arrest. And they'd say, well, you lied. And I'd say, well, you committed a felonious act. Like, I'm the police. I'm here to arrest you. You shouldn't have come out, and we would have come in with the warrant anyways. But the point is, that was a place where we could flex a little authority for the greater good of the public. Now, obviously, that can get carried away, and people can begin to misuse that, just like anything else in the world. I say all of this to say, just because just the ends don't justify the means. So just because you can do something doesn't mean you should. Just because Trump is trolling doesn't mean that he should, or if he should, if it's going to serve a greater purpose, it doesn't mean that the method of trolling is just automatically okay. It doesn't mean that you can just do whatever you want. I think there are some kind of, what I would call acceptable guidelines regarding trolling, just to maintain a level of respect, professionalism. And so when I see an AI video of like trans Arabs belly dancing and Trump dancing with like some, scantily dressed woman, and the gold statue, I mean, I get it. If I'm looking at it from a troll perspective, I get it. But it didn't make me feel good. And many people didn't feel good if you look at the comments. And it was posted on his legitimate account. Some people are saying, oh, he was hacked. I don't think he was hacked. I think he posted that. And so the point of this video I'm making is that, I'm an equal opportunity offender. I've told you, look, I was just in the White House a couple of days ago. God is opening some doors, and I'm waiting to see if I'm really going to walk through them or not. I'll continue doing what I'm doing. Obviously, I'm not quitting preaching. I'm not quitting Promise Keepers, but I might have some additional responsibilities, because I believe that the Spirit of God needs to be in every sphere of influence. And I carry the Spirit of God because I'm a Christian. And so if God calls me somewhere, well, I know that he's there because he's in me. And so I'm just trying to follow him. But the point of this is, I don't care. I voted for Trump, and I can come out and say, hey, I think this is weird. I think it's inappropriate. I think it should be taken down. I think there's better ways if you're going to troll someone over there to kind of pick up the slack and do something on their own. I think it was distasteful. And there's many things that Trump has done that have, really kind of skirted the line. To me, this is the one that, all right, that's a little too far. So let me know what you guys think in the comments, but I think we missed the mark with this one, and it should be taken down.